Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another meta guide for you today, and the Element Cup as well as the Open Ultra League begin tomorrow. So we're going to be taking a look at the Element Cup, and not much has changed with the new Hidden Gems update. We have a couple of different things, but not much. And yeah, I don't like the Element Cup, and that's mainly because of Salandit. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So for the S rank, we're starting off with Salandit. And the thing about Salandit is you need to trade with a low-level account in order to get one. So basically, a low-level account has to have beaten a Team Rocket leader, got an egg, and hatch a very rare Salandit, which is very difficult to do in the first place, and then you have to trade for it. So just very difficult to get. They don't spawn in the wild, at least not yet, maybe at some point in the future. So it's going to be very limited to the trainers that have it. I personally do not have it. If you have it, more power to you. I mean, it is a great Pokemon. But that's one of the reasons I don't like it, because it's a Pokemon that's very inaccessible to many trainers, right? But, you know, maybe you won't see it a lot. I remember when I was playing in the Element Cup, I saw it a lot in like the high 2800s and 2900s. But when I was lower, like 26, 2700s, I didn't really see it. So I don't know if that says anything. But either way, it's a great Pokemon all around. It's definitely one of the best. If you have it, you have it, and it's really good. I mean, I'm willing to trade for it if local has it, if I meet someone at an event who has it, but I don't have one right now. But that's one of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of the Element Cup. And then we have Ducklet. Ducklet is a great Pokemon, so ever since it got that Wing Attack buff, it just became even better, right? So it's just super powerful. I mean, it was good even before the Wing Attack buff, but now it's even better. And of course, I like Bubble Beam and Brave Bird. You could, you know, bait in the beginning, right? Or you could go straight Brave Bird and dip out if it's the lead Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, Ducklet is just one of the best. I love Ducklet. Or Shadow Ducklet. I think I prefer the regular Ducklet just because Brave Bird either knocks out or almost knocks out the opposing Pokemon anyway. Chinchou, another really good Pokemon. Chinchou, of course, is... You know what? I don't really want to say it's a wall to Ducklet just because... I don't know. I mean, like, Ducklet still does a lot of damage with that Brave Bird towards Chinchou just because he's a 500 CP Pokemon, but it is, generally speaking, a really good Pokemon to counter the Ducklet because it does resist all of the moves. So it is a great answer to Ducklet, but Ducklet can still fight back with Brave Bird and still do a lot of damage. But generally speaking, Chinchou can farm down or almost farm down. Maybe throw the Bubble Beam and then farm down so you don't take as much from the Brave Bird. It's a great answer to Ducklet. Next up we have Vulpix. Vulpix is one of the best fire types. Quick Attack is amazing. Obviously it got a buff a few seasons ago. Even better. I love the Shadow version. I think the Shadow one is better than the regular one just for that damage. Quick Attack is the move I would recommend. Of course, it depends on your team, but Quick Attack is a great move. Weather Ball, of course, a really good move, and then so is Body Slam. So it's really spammy. Yeah, really good Pokemon. Then moving on for the A rank, we do have Bulbasaur. So Bulbasaur is a good grass type. Yeah, I mean, it really is a good grass type. It just has to watch out. It just has to watch out for a lot of the top picks. Salandit, even Ducklet, because, I mean, that Wing Attack is super effective. Vulpix has to watch out for. It does do a good job of handling that Chinchou, though. Although Thunderbolt will still do a lot. Woopa. So Woopa did actually receive a buff this season because Woopa does have Mud Bomb now, and Mud Bomb does do more damage, right? So Woopa and Barboach both received a buff this season for that reason. So yeah, pretty good. I mean, and they do a good job of handling that Salandit. So if you are seeing a lot of Salandit, and maybe you don't, maybe you don't see a lot, but if you do, Woopa or Barboach are going to be doing really well. Lilip, yet another Pokemon. Another one I wanted to talk about is going to be that Ferroseed. Ferroseed, of course, has Tackle. So, Tackle did receive a buff not too long ago, a couple seasons ago, whenever it was. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good, really strong Pokemon because of that. I like the typing. It just basically doesn't like fire types, right? Because it is double weak to it. But other than that, I mean, it's looking pretty good with that grass and steel typing. Steel is really unique in this meta. This is like the only Pokemon that has it, at least that I'm familiar with. So, yeah, really cool typing. Then we have Tirtouga. So, Tirtouga is yet another Pokemon. So, I like Tirtouga because it has, well, first of all, it resists all of the moves coming in from Salandit. Well, Salandit does it have Dragon Pulse? No, it has Flame Charge. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I know it has the Poison Jab, Poison Fang, and Tirtouga does resist all that. But does it have... If it has Dragon Pulse, Tirtouga doesn't resist that. But if it's another fire attack, like Flame Charge, Tirtuga will resist that. Someone let me know in the comments down below. I'll check after this, to be exact. But, no, I mean, Tirtuga has Water Gun, so it's going to do really well, of course, resisting those poison attacks. And Salandit is a really frail Pokemon, so it's going to be doing a lot to that. So, the only thing about Tirtuga is it's very difficult to get. You can find it in the wild below 500, but if you hatch it, it's not going to be below 500. So, again, trading for it from a low-level account will get the job done. More than likely, you would have had to have found it in the wild. And, again, it is possible. It's just, as of right now, it is a rare Pokemon. So, maybe you have one. I checked my inventory. As of right now, I don't have one, so I can't use it. But next up, we have the B rank. We have Chikorita, another great grass type with that body slam, pretty spammy. Seal is always good. For most of the little cups that it's eligible in, it's really good, of course, with that Lick. Yeah, I mean, great Pokemon. I love the Lick. Icy Wind for the debuff, right? Really, really strong pick. Great save swap. Dewpider I also like as well, being the bug typing that it is. So bug and water typing, it's going to be taking neutral from fire. Going to be taking neutral from grass as well as doing super effective damage towards grass types with that bug bite. And then we have Fomantis. Fomantis could be another strong grass type. And then Marini. So, yeah, looking pretty good for the Element Cup. We're going to go ahead and move on to the other options. So, Poliwag is going to be an interesting pick for this meta. Skrelp is another Water Gun user, similar to Tirtuga. So, if you don't have Tirtuga, you could run Skrelp instead, and it will handle Salandit really well, right? So, Salandit does have answers to it. It's not like it's unbeatable, but you kind of have to build a team around Salandit if you want to handle it when you go up against it. That's the way I feel, unfortunately. And then we have Chespin. Chespin is another Body Slam user, I think, right? I think it's a Body Slam user. And then we have quite a few Razor Leaf users. We have the Pumpkaboo, we have the Bounsweet, we have the Badoo, Turtwig, a Shadow Turtwig, Lotad, I'm jumping ahead, but a lot of Razor Leaf users, if you want to go that route, keep them away from Fire types. They don't want to see grass types either, so you basically want to go up against water types, obviously, right, with Razor Leaf users. We got Timpo, we have Execute and Slowpoke, so both of them have that confusion damage, going to be doing a lot of damage. I love the Shadow variants. A lot of damage against, well, Bulbasaur, a lot of damage against Salandit, right, because Salandit is a poison type, so the Confusion users, even against something that is taking neutral damage, Confusion users definitely doing well. We talked about Turtwig and Lotad. Barboach I also mentioned as well, another similar Pokemon to Wooper. It does have Ice Beam and it has Mud Bomb and Mud Shot, so yeah, great. Did receive that buff this season, as I mentioned, with Wooper, with that Mud Bomb, right? So maybe you could do something like a double Mud team with Wooper and Barboach. That could be pretty interesting. You just have to avoid grass. You have to avoid grass if your life depended on it, right? But let's go ahead and move on to the solid team options. The first team is going to be Double Water. I did put Chinchou and Tirtuga on there. You could go Skrelp if you don't have the Tirtuga, and then Vulpix in the lead. The backline will absolutely hate grass types, but Vulpix will like grass types. So if you want, you could go, no, I would probably still go Quick Attack. I was going to say you could go Ember, but I would probably go Quick Attack. Yeah, Ember going to be doing super effective damage towards the grass types, but you know, you get to the moves fast with Quick Attack, and I do like the Shadow variant as well, but if you don't have it, the regular one should get the job done. Next team is going to be Ducklet with Vulpix and Ferroseed. I think Vulpix is a great safe swap with Quick Attack, because even if they respond with something like a Water type, you're still getting to the Body Slams fast and Body Slam spam. Definitely go with the Shadow one. I do recommend it. Next up, we have Ducklet in the lead with the double Confusion users. So, pretty solid team to handle Salandit, but a pretty strong team as well. I actually used this team in the past that did well. I think Slowpoke is a great safe swap, and I love I love the double Shadow version. So Shadow Slowpoke and Shadow Execute. Just doing a lot with Confusion, even if it's going up against something that's taking neutral damage. Just doing a lot. Or you could Brave Bird and Dip with the Ducklet. Always a great option. Next up, we have, I did build a Salandit team, so if you happen to have Salandit, you could use a team like this. Salandit with Seal as a safe swap, and then Fomantis. Salandit is a great Pokemon, as we've already discussed, but it's not unbeatable. And then we have Dupida. So Dupida, this is actually triple water. So Dupida is a bug and water type, and then we have a water and electric type and a water and flying type. So the water and flying and the water and bug going to be taking neutral from grass. If you run into a Chinchou, like an electric type, right, in the lead, it's going to be difficult. So Chinchou will be tough for this team, especially if it's in the lead. If it's in the lead, you have to stay in. You'll still be doing a lot with Bug Bite, though. So it's not, I guess, the worst matchup in the world. And then Chinchou against Chinchou is neutral, of course. And Ducklet wants to avoid Chinchou. So could be difficult to go up against Chinchou, but a team for you. And then the final team is going to be Ferroseed in the lead with Seal and Vulpix. I think Seal and Vulpix are both great safe swaps. Love Seal as the safe swap. Anyway, let me know what you think of these teams. Let me know what team you plan on using. Also, let me know if you plan on playing the Element Cup or the Ultra League. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.